Welcome everybody. It's still Ladies Lounge, and we've had such an enlightening conversation so far. Of course, we still have champs in the house, pretty champs, and of course my gorgeous Yvette here. We're still tackling and getting informed about HIV, and like we said before we went on a break, we were asking a question which we know our viewers want to know: how often should we get tested?
That's a really good question. And the simple answer is whenever a person is having a new sexual partner, they should get a test, just as a routine.
As a routine check.
Yep. And other than that, we say once a year is good, just to bring it into your normal check-up routine.
Okay, for already existing relationships or people who already be together.
Yes.
Right?
Just as a habit.
Okay.
You know.
Just as a habit, because you never know if your partner has another partner, do you?
You never
Okay.
You know, these things happen.
These things do
and
happen.
We are trying to avoid urgency of not knowing, that, the person is HIV positive. So as often as possible, especially, for instance, maybe in a marriage where you may not be sure what your partner is doing, or in a partnership or whatever you call it.
Yeah.
So as often as possible. Yes, okay, so.
I agree.
But the question is how would you tell your partner that should go get tested? Because it's easy for you to
That's
go,
a
but
good
your
question.
husband might not want to go.
So, Chams, what would you say to that? And in fact, I think I would love your opinion on that as well. But what do you say to that? How do you inform your partner they have to get tested? We know that the trust thing will come in here, but there is something more serious right now at stake. So what's the best way to put to your partner, I would love you to get tested because I am going to get tested? So what do you say?
I think before having that conversation, it's about having the confidence that actually I'm in control of my own sexual health. Okay. And if I want to get tested, if I think I need to get tested, I can walk up to the clinic and get tested. I can order a kit and get tested at home. I can go in the community and find an organization that will do testing. So it's about taking that responsibility of your own sexual health, because, I think the issue with your partner is secondary in a sense, because only two people in a relationship.
Think about it, because if you say secondary, this is your partner, remember. Yeah. You are responsible for your own sexual health, you just said.
Yes.
But when you have a partner, how are you 100% responsible for your own sexual health? Would you get tested and come back to that same partner?
Because that means you're waiting for your own death, basically.
Well, that's an interesting way to put it.
For him to come with something and then you'll be like,
especially if it's an ongoing relationship,
right?
And I'll say, okay, I'm responsible. I go out, get a test. I come back to this same person. How can we have that conversation? Because we need to have the conversation.
Absolutely.
If we must remain together.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I don't know if you have any counseling thing you do, that advises couples to get tested together, or is anything like that?
We do have a support telephone line called THT Direct.
Okay,
and
good.
It helps people with all of these questions. They can call anytime, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., 7 days a week. And it helps them with these challenging questions. So for all the viewers at home, I advise you just, call up and ask, and I know those are really challenging questions.
Yeah.
And I think they are important. You should obviously have those conversations. But, the reality is, for a lot of people, it's like, even if it's it's like condoms, even if I tell my partner, use condoms, doesn't necessarily mean they're going to say, okay, sure, it's good, let's do it, So, we need to know about everything that we can do that's in our control first, and then have those conversations.
I wasn't sure if that is question, if what you asked was it directed to married couple, because the next question I was going to ask was, should married couples
people
get
in active
tested?
Relationships generally?
Yeah. Should people who are married get tested? Because there's more, probably, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, a kind of more commitment, a strong commitment when people are married. So should they get tested as well?
Well, I'll ask this. It's a bit of a, what do you think? How long do you think someone can live with HIV without any kind of symptoms? and not having tested.
I would say
Oh my God.
I would say 3 months.
Not too long because it's a virus.
Yes.
It's a virus
I would
and
say-
it's active in your body,
Exactly.
so it'll definitely cause
It will
symptoms.
appear some.
I'll say
After
3
that
months.
later.
I'll say 3 months, 3 to 6 months, the maximum 6 months. Because when you're getting tested, they say probably every 3 or 6 months. I want to believe like they're probably 6 months.
Nope, it's actually about 2 to 5 years. Possibly.
Oh my
5 years.
Okay.
I had 5 years. I don't know about you guys.
Yep.
Really?
Yeah.
This I didn't
2
know
to 5
that.
years.
Yep. No symptoms.
So what kind of virus is that? Not like flu, definitely.
That is
So you get you.
Oh,
Because, wait, hold on.
Yeah.
But
wow.
5 years without being detected. You can go
Yeah.
to the get blood
So
test.
unless you get an HIV test, it won't.
So
be
that's if
diagnosed.
somebody doesn't. go
That's why
to-
testing is so important.
doesn't go to the
Yeah.
That's the
what's
only
wrong with
way
them?
someone can know they have HIV for sure. That doesn't mean some people don't get symptoms. Some people, they experience flu-like symptoms, which is why some people just forget about it. They're like, oh, I felt sick for a couple of weeks and then I got better.
Okay.
But they may have
5 years,
had
but then they
HIV.
might have
This
passed
is
it on to somebody
so
else, or to somebody else.
Yeah.
And if no one will detect it, you will never
Yeah.
know.
If they've had condomless sex, chances are very high that they have possibly passed it on.
Wow.
If they haven't had a test, if they don't know their
Wow.
status, if they're not taking treatment.
Does it happen in this country, UK? Like people with living for 5 years without no.
Yes.
Without
Yes.
being
Because I
tested.
can imagine Africa, but I'm just surprised. Here, that's
Because
serious.
because you know how we're saying AIDS is defined by having other conditions,
Yeah.
but nothing of its own. That's
Yeah.
because HIV, that's how it works. It
Right.
goes into the cells and it kind of lives there, and it goes into the immune cells, and so over time, slowly, it
The
destroys
person
immune
becomes
system.
susceptible to all these other really serious
Exactly, because
illnesses.
what makes someone sick
The
is the
virus.
immune system going
It's
down.
compromised.
That's right.
So,
It's very
which
low.
takes time, different time
Yes.
for different people. So that's why testing is important, guys. It is the only way, and we need to support it with condoms. Because condoms are easier, less troublesome than going for a test.
Yes.
Sometimes.
Oh my God! This is
Too
so
much.
it's
Well,
much.
you're like,
Because I know. I was gonna come to. I have this one more question. That's why I don't know if I have any other question. But there's one more question. But before I go to that question, Yvette, it's important. We just want to know the time you had a Prince Harry. It was a testing period.
Yes.
You were testing. What was that? Can you just enlighten us a little bit? What that whole
Well,
was about?
we were running a campaign. It starts with me to raise awareness about HIV and getting tested. That was the whole message, is to get tested and know your status. Because what if you know your status, you can be treated at early stage, right?
Yeah.
And have a chance to live longer.
That's right.
Basically, not because the more you wait, the more it gets bad in your
Dangerous.
system. And it's dangerous because you're passing on to somebody else. Like she's saying, you're living 5 years without knowing, like getting symptoms, but you still can pass it on to somebody else.
Yeah.
So for me was that, was really particular to do it for myself and also for the African community in the UK to be able to be brave, because I needed to show them that, yes, it doesn't matter, go get tested and don't think, because you're getting tested or you're asking for that kit, that means you're, you may be HIV positive. It doesn't mean that, but just be brave and go and get tested. And that's what I liked with Prince Harry, because he was
And it must have been an absolute pleasure doing it with Prince Harry. He tested, didn't he?
I had to show, because
no,
he had
you
done
tested,
the year
sorry.
before, he
Oh,
had
okay.
done it. He had done it himself on himself, and this time we wanted to just somebody else to do it, and so still have him with us supporting, and show how easy it is. Just
And I remember that part. And she was like, the prick. I was like,
I don't like it. I still don't like it.
I know.
Nobody likes to be pricked, I don't think.
Yeah, but then it's just 1 second.
Yeah.
And it's the funny thing is that it's the moment
was
that
so
all the
cute.
national TV stations, they picked that moment to just.
I picked it. It was so cute. Just I'm like, ouch. That's too cute.
It's just easy, and then anyone can do it, and just to be safe.
Just do it. So that's gonna bring us now to this question. Testing. How is it compulsory? Do we make it compulsory?
Should
Is it important that it should be compulsory? I asked the question in
It
three
should
different
not.
ways.
Listen, but you can't take somebody from their house and be like, you,
And force them.
Yeah.
calling
exactly.
you, or
Yes.
we're gonna give you a fine.
Yeah.
No, this is not a TV license.
Okay, maybe we should talk about a category of people that well, I'm not saying it should be made compulsory, but
Also, you don't think it should be
Women-
made compulsory?
yeah, when they get pregnant, women, and they don't know.
It is.
Okay.
So antenatal testing. So when a woman
Yeah, it's
is
part of
pregnant,
it, yeah?
it's
Yes,
part of it.
that's right.
So
Okay.
there are some automatic, but
Yeah.
you know, like Yvette said, it's important that people have the choice and that it's voluntary. Because in the past, some people have been tested against their will, and it actually affects how they're able to live with that diagnosis.
Okay,
And-
so what happens when a woman gets pregnant and she's maybe too far gone? I don't know at what stage they start treating not to affect their babies. Maybe you should tell us that. And should they start late? Could it also work that their babies are not affected?
So treatment is good at any point of any person's life and at any point of a pregnancy. But because there's different times of the pregnancy when the baby may get the virus, it's really should all be done with the medical professional's help. And that's why, you know, as women, you know, as soon as someone knows they're pregnant, they should really get linked into care.
That's right.
And because the test is done as soon as possible. And you know, and nowadays most women, you know, immediately they know they're pregnant, you know, they instantly get into the system. So it's not really a big issue here.
Okay.
Fantastic. All right, this is just great. Are you loving this? I am definitely loving it. But bonus say, don't go anymore. We'll be right back while we conclude in this station.